We got so much coverage this week of so many different games and so much going on for Summer Game Fest, play days, and everything in and around that. And with this video, I kind of want to talk about primarily the Kickoff show, the Summer Game Fest Live. Jeff Keighley kicked that off and gave us our first slew of announcements, and I kind of want to share what resonated with me or what stood out to me and see what you think on your side. So let's get into it. There was a bunch of games. This was like a 2-hour show shared in LA. I was in the vicinity. There's getting ready for the rest of the weekend at Playdays. But always what happens is you'll see this live show kick things off with Jeff Keighley. It's kind of his like summer event, and then you'll see the Game Awards kind of being the second half of it with all the awards side of it mixed in with the announcements. But this one's just announcements. There's no awards. There's nothing else. It's just announcements. And they kicked it off pretty like on the onset. I kind of want to hit on a couple of them. I won't hit everything, but like I said, but we're going to hit some of them. Resident Evil made a presence, and they're going to be coming back in 2027 with Veronica. This is really cool to see coming. It was kind of a cool build up to a reveal. Kind of another remake that they're bringing into their catalog. So kind of dig it. I'm not too familiar with the larger Resident Evil lore, but I do enjoy what I played recently with 4 Remake and Requiem most recently. So that's cool to see. Cuphead coming out, not just with a new game, but like a game that's like in a different styling of that retro stuff. It's a smaller team within the studio, MDHR. It's called Mighty Cuphead Adventures. I like the presentation of this, very like old school news anchor puppetry. Very cool stuff. And I think there's like a larger thing to be said about quality retro loving kind of inspired games like this, like Mina the Hollower, like Replace, like Adventures of Elliot coming out. I really dug what this trailer was and what the aim of Mighty Cuphead Adventures is. So that was really cool to see. Then we saw Creative Assembly. It's been 12 years since we saw Alien Isolation. To see Alien Isolation 2, I had an appointment with Creative Assembly this weekend, so I'll be sharing that on Temple Geek. But yeah, to see this trailer debuting what the next Alien Isolation game is. I like the Alien franchise. I'm not the biggest like survival horror hide and try to escape kind of fan, but I'm curious. There's always a first. This game was one of my favorites of the show. I thought the cinematics were just fantastic and beautiful. This is the trailer for previously called Project Robot, now called Gen Atlas. It's from the main creator of Fumito Ueda, who made like Shadow of the Colossus and Eco and so many other games. The look of this was just amazing. Like it had cinematic framing to everything. These giant colossal titans, mechs, and everything that just I love about like God's kaijus and mechs and Evangelion and anime and film. Like it had shots that were reminding me of like things you would see out of like a Denis Villeneuve film. Yeah, I could watch this trailer like 20 more times. It was amazing. Really dig it. Not much known at this time. It's coming out like on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, but yeah, I'm here for it whenever it does come out. There's a weird Tupac thing that occurred at Stranger Than Heaven. Most of that Stranger Than Heaven show went well. That Tupac thing was weird. I think the internet already knows all that. What else came out? Oh my god, I have to talk about this one. The music alone for this one warrants me talking about. So Remedy, known for making so many amazing games, I believe Alan Wake and the Control series and so many other stuff. They're making Control Resonant, which is coming out very soon. September is the wild month this year, where everything's releasing. But Control Resonant showed a trailer at Summer Game Fest Live, and goddamn, like Remedy Entertainment, like they killed it with this trailer. Before, I'd kind of been aware of the game, like okay, cool. I haven't finished Control, but I've liked what I've played. To see what they're doing here with this one and the way it evoked an emotion and feeling, like that music in that trailer was killer. I've been playing it on repeat on Spotify. It's amazing. It's amazing. Really dug it. I believe they are at Summer Game Fest Live or Playdays, so hopefully have more thoughts to share about it if I get a chance to get an appointment. But yeah, that trailer killed it for me. Similarly, another one that I thought killed it in a really positive way. Star Wars, I know, had so many games that are in various ways, shapes being in development, and one of the ones that I think is the most development coming out in October this year is Galactic Racer. They showed off more in this trailer, I think, of the tone and the vibe and the mission of what this game is. It's not just a racing game. There is a narrative story going on. I think that's so much to the strength of what Star Wars' potential could be with what they bring into a racing game. Yeah, very much dig this. I'll talk more about this one later. I do have an appointment for this one. The other one I want to talk about here is the other Star Wars game, Zero Company. I've been talking about this one with Talcate Brigade, and I am so stoked for this. We're getting an August release date, and I'm so stoked to see them show more of this, to see more. To just give me this game. I want it so bad. What else? We took some notes. Monster Hunter. We're getting Wilds expansion. The first like big proper expansion, kind of equivalent to like Worlds had Iceborne as their big expansion. We're now getting the big expansion here. I forget what it was called. It was like Ascendance, and they're toting it as the massive expansion of the game sometime next year. I'm guessing it's around the time they always like release monster stuff. It's like February, March. So we'll see that there. I'm digging it. Another reason to go back to the game. There's a ton of stuff I've not played, so it's like go back, dip into that, play some of the new. We'll see what it's got. Some new stuff. Fun to be in that space. Bunch of other stuff. There was a weird moment where I thought there was gonna be a Kingdom Hearts mention. Keeley like had a moment where he's like, and this one gets close to your heart.
Dedicate your heart to this.
And then you're like, what? And then it goes to Attack on Titan 3 announcement game. And I was like, okay, that was a weird emphasis there. Okay, so a couple of ones I liked a lot. The last real two, I'd say. Stellar Blade getting a sequel, Stellar Blade Blood Rain. This trailer was really cool. I didn't know what I was getting at first. I was like, oh, is this like a cinematic? And then it cuts to, I'm like, okay, some of the iconography is very familiar with what I was remembered from Stellar Blade. And the action, like so much of that game is the action, and the action here looked really cool. This is, I guess, another character in that world, and the emphasis of this character's abilities is less so swords and blades and more so her fists. And she does some cool like moment, like just cinematic fun anime stuff, reminiscent of like Ghost in the Shell and Alita and so many stuff. I was like, all right, plug me back into the series. They're not like, I wouldn't say they're like the story ever really grabbed me the most. What I liked a lot about them was how well they offered another avenue for action games. And then the last kind of 1-2 punch here was the Street Fighter. Hey, we got some cool news. Also, Tifa's in Street Fighter. That was such a cool, and it's always fun to have a surprise moment, and that was such a surprise moment there to see Tifa get included. I know for a long time fans have wanted Tifa in a fighting game, most specifically Tekken, because you have other Final Fantasy characters in the Tekken one already brought on, and that wasn't happening apparently, but now Tifa's in Street Fighter, and I think that'll be also very interesting to see that. So really cool there. But then the last one was Final Fantasy VII series, the remake, Rebirth, and now Revelation. Got announced, officially got a full trailer, got a bunch of stuff being shown of like how the combat's changing, how it's evolved, how the different new features. There's the fit system, which is kind of like a job class system in its way, which is, I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. I like that they've built, it feels narratively and story and in design of like each of these three games is learning from the next and now building to this big crescendo from a story standpoint and also from a design standpoint. So really excited to see that. I need to go back and finish. I just got the second one, Rebirth, on the Switch, and I love the new updates they're adding for all the streamlined progression. The big thing here, I think, besides announcing it and saying it's going to be spring 2027, was it's coming out on all platforms, Switch included, Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation, all at the same time, which is like, whoa. They've been so much a PlayStation first, then PC, then everything else. Now they're just, hey, we're here, we're everywhere. And that's cool. That's cool to see. You can see, again, I keep saying this, I feel like Square Enix and Capcom are like these two juggernauts that they haven't lost it. It's not that they ever lost it, but they're just going from wherever they've been and building momentum with all these different IPs in so many different ways, new and old for each of them, and just having strong showing after strong showing after strong showing. So it's really cool to see. It's really cool to see them build that, because again, you look at the gaming industry and taking a larger step back of like, it's so volatile, it's so unpredictable, and like what's going to succeed, what's going to stay, what's the next big thing. And some of that goes into the expectations of these publishers, these larger studios. They're like, we need you to do X, Y, and Z, and we keep changing and middling and mismanaging. To see these mainstays show that you can build slowly, I hope more folks see, I guess there's good lessons to be taken from this. If there is any, I'm not privy to that side of the business or industry or development, but I think something can be said to that of what they're doing, and celebrate it in some way. But I thought this was a good show, fun show to start the weekend. I got so many others games to try and play, and that were shown and not shown. They also did a Day of the Devs preview, which you can see my coverage on Temple of Geek on. There's a lot of indie games there that I want to get my hands on, and did get my hands on at Summer Game Fest Playdays. So look out for those videos. I'll have more there. I'm trying to get all the thoughts that are in here. There's a lot going on in here, and I just want to get it out. I want to get it out to you. I get out on this microphone and this camera, and yeah, I'm tired. I'm trying to do my best here. But thank you again. Always appreciate it. Let me know what stood out to you with the trailers. What stood out with this weekend? Not just Summer Game Fest Live, but all the Xbox showcase, the Nintendo showcase, everything. Let me know. I'm very curious. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next Save Point.